If the Dragon Radar is right, I'm thinking the Dragon Ball should be somewhere nearby. We're just needing the last one. So hopefully we can find it and make our wish. Hey! 7 stars. We got it. Let's summon Shenron. Last one. Alright, Shenron! And Grandpa! Shenron? Huh.
What?
Nothing. It's just, you're a little
What?
smaller than I thought you'd be.
Well, yeah, I'm SHENSHORT.
Sure. I thought you were Shenron.
No. There's Shenron, Shenlong, and SHENSHORT. I'm SHENSHORT.
Well, can you still grant 3 wishes?
I grant 1.
Why'd 1? That's a rip.
I'm SHENSHORT. Do I look like I can grant 3 wishes?
Okay, that's just besides the point. I think I just want an amazing Dragon Ball Z crocheted bag. Can you do that?
I got you.
Alright.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's been a while and I'm sorry, and I totally didn't have to re-record this intro. But hi. So my name is Mars and I'm super excited about this video because, if you can see by the title, I'm starting a new series. So I'm going to call this series Otaku Orbit, and basically it's going to be me coming up with some pop culture, manga, anime designs and bringing them to life. So the first episode is going to be a Dragon Ball Z crochet bag, and I'm super excited about it. I am probably gonna roll part of the old intro going through all the materials just because I don't have all of that with me at this moment. I just got back in from recording the Shenron skit, and I wanted to interject this here so we have a cute little introduction to Otaku Orbit. I'm really happy with it and I'm really excited with this series. So yeah, I'm gonna play that intro and we'll get started.
I hope you're excited as I am, making a Dragon Ball Z inspired bag. Little thing about me, I am a huge anime pop culture nerd. I am super excited. I've never really actually made anything for like Dragon Ball Z specific, or any really like pop culture, which is a crime if you ask me. So I am going to be walking you through, kind of sort of, more or less chit-chatting actually, going through this project with you. I'm going to pop up on the screen right here because we're going to get into it quickly this time. I'm not going to ramble. This is my idea for the bag, and I'm super excited. I think it's going to be adorable. So what I'm thinking is just doing the Dragon Balls. Like, keeping it simple. Like, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Balls, kind of a Goku-esque color scheme with the orange and the blue. And then what I'm super excited about is this little Nimbus cloud. Look at her. She's adorable. Okay, so I'm basically going to be following this YouTube tutorial. Basically it's just a round center of a granny square that I'm basically going to use that as the Dragon Ball. And then I'm going to outline it in blue and then orange as you saw in the picture, and then I'm going to attach it all. I think I did make one to kind of like give me a proof of concept, if you will. Give me just a second. Ain't that cute? So obviously it's not done. I'm just wanted to see how the colors would work together, which it's Goku orange and blue. They were going to work together, but I just wanted to see how it would go. And then kind of get an idea of how big the circle would be, because I am going to be putting the stars on the Dragon Balls. I'm going to be doing those out of felt. I guess I can show you what yarn and stuff I'll be using. Like I said, I'm trying to go through my stash and I have bought these colors before, but I never got around to using them. Some of it was for like a rainbow, like little pride bag. Um, other times it was just I needed the colors like orange for pumpkin or yellow for like a sun or the basic rainbow colors. But I just never really got around to using these specifically because they're the Red Heart Super Saver. Let's see. It's the Red Heart Super Saver in what color are you called? Bright yellow. Keeping it simple. So that's going to be Nimbus, obviously. And then we have this orange. I've tapped into a little bit because obviously I made my little Dragon Ball granny square already. This is just called Pumpkin. And then I call this Goku Blue, but it's actually called Royal. Ooh, I guess it's giving Vegeta vibes too. Alright, anyways, I'm going to move these back over here so I know I showed you them. And then for the stars, like I said, we make them out of felt. I'm just going to cut out the stars, and honestly, I'm just going to fabric glue them on. I don't think I want to sew felt. Not hand sew it at least. I'm already going to be making a lining for the bag, so the less sewing I have to do, the better. But yeah, I think with that little introduction to what we're doing out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to keep that in, honestly. So, I am. You might not hear me. You might not even heard all of that. It's just my boyfriend being a goof and me matching his energy. Um, so I have gotten one little circle done. So I'm basically going to be working on. Ooh, come here, you. Making the border around with the blue and then the orange. I'll need obviously 7 because of the Dragon Balls, and for the 8th one, as you saw in my concept art, come back here. In my concept art is going to be basically Goku's emblem. Um, I'm going to make that out of white yarn, probably Red Heart Super Saver too. White yarn, and then I'm going to border it, and then I'll need to go buy felt because I knew I was missing a felt color. And I was at Walmart last night and I still couldn't remember what color I needed. I remembered this morning it was black because I'm just going to cut out his emblem in black and glue it as well. Like I said, the less sewing for this, the better for me. But yeah, I'm probably going to put you in a little time lapse here as I work on the border for this one specifically. And then once I get probably all of these done, I'll come back and we'll put it together and see how it looks. And then we'll probably won't attach them. I'll just show you conceptually what they will look like. And then I will show you how I'm going to be making the strap. Sorry, I had like a little buffering sensor over my head. So, let's get into it. Okay, so I basically finished the video. This is where she ends it. I am going to actually add, like in this one, I can get it here. Probably, I believe it was a single crochet border. It also might have been a half double. I honestly should have wrote it down the other night when I did this, but I didn't. But we'll figure it out, so it's fine. But I'm going to add the orange border, and then that'll be another square done. And basically, when I get all 7 Dragon Balls made, I will come back, show you how I'm going to work up the Goku emblem one, and then we'll get the bag put together, and I'll show you what I have in mind for the straps. So yeah, that's another Dragon Ball almost completed. We gotta collect all 7 and make our wish for our bag. So here we go.
Hello, it is voiceover Marley here, just hopping in to give you a brief explanation of the blocking process. Now, if you're not an avid crocheter or knitter, blocking is essentially something we use to finish off our pieces. A lot of times you will see it being used with granny squares or garments. And essentially, after we finish a piece, we just damp it with water and put it to a pegboard. So I'm just evening out the shape with my push pins, and after that, I just let it dry. Now, thankfully, my pegboard is large enough to where I can fit 4 squares to a board. Now, you can use whatever is available to you. I used corkboard here, but you can use pegboards. You can use Lego boards, anything that you can tack your project to, you can use. So don't feel like you have to go out and buy some fancy gear to get this done. It's really simple and it really just adds a nice cleanness, professionalism to your pieces. It really makes them look done. And for this bag, I really wanted an even panel of my squares. So I wanted to block them. Now I'm pretty much done. I'm just going to let these dry and move on to attaching them.
All right, I'm back. So, it's been a couple of hours. I've had some lunch and I've had time to block out the granny squares. They are currently drying, so it'll be a couple more hours till then, till they're dried and I can actually put in the lining. But while I was waiting, I did finish the strap. So, I started doing this with my last bag that I made. It was for Halloween. I made a star bag. I was like, I think green, purple, black, and orange Halloween colors. Because I found these little key rings. If I can, hold on. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me if I clip it. I haven't tried it yet, so we'll see. Sorry if that made a little noise. So if you look, you can do it. Kind of focus. You can do it. No, there we go. Kind of have a little claw clip attached to a little key ring. That way, whenever the bag's done in line, I can just hook it on to the bag and it'll have a strap. I used this video to make the strap. I made the same strap for my other bag as well. And as you can see, it is different than the concept art. I made it yellow because once again, I had an idea in the middle of making it. I already had started the orange one. I looked at my boyfriend. I was like, should I make it yellow for like Nimbus? Because either Nimbus or even like Snake Way, since it's kind of got, if I can, that bubbly texture, and it kind of looks like Nimbus, like scooting around, or the clouds in Otherworld or around Snake Way. I don't know. I just think it being yellow makes a lot of sense. And then on one of these ends, I'm going to attach the Nimbus applique. So it looks like it's going pew, and then Nimbus. So I don't know. I thought that was really cool. I think that was another good change from my concept art that I've made. So yeah, let me take this off of here. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's coming together. It is currently Sunday. My plan was to have this video out today, but I just was not good at time management this week. I really didn't start working on the bag until about Wednesday, which it is what it is. So I'll eventually have a more consistent schedule. Hopefully I can wrap this video up tomorrow and maybe post it Wednesday. Realistically, I would love to be able to post it tomorrow, but I know if I do that, I'm putting myself under a time crunch that is, it's just not going to be beneficial to me or the project, and I'm just going to stress myself out trying to fit it within that deadline. So the new goal is Wednesday. I can post it Wednesday, and hopefully I'll get to see a really cool Dragon Ball Z bag. Hello! Now it is the next day. I did have somewhere to be last night and I just got, well, we got back and it was kind of late. So I worked on the squares a little bit, but I mainly got the majority of them done today. They are all completed. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7. They're blocking currently. I don't usually block my granny squares because I really wanted like a pegboard or a cork board or something to put them on. And I saw at Walmart these little, it was a 4-pack. If I have a picture, I'll put it up. But a 4-pack of these like little, ooh, excuse me, little like corkboard squares that are just foam on the back. And it was a pack of 4. So I'm like, this is perfect. So these are currently blocking. They feel dry, so I might be able to switch out and block up some more. But I just wanted to hop back in, give a quick update. All the squares are done, so I just have to attach them all. And once they're attached, I'll come back and show you what I'll be lining it with. So I did buy some fabric for that. And then we'll move on to the strap. The last thing I want to show you is I did do this last square a bit differently in my like little concept art like plan that I showed you at the beginning of the video. I'll put it up again here. But this last square was basically going to be the same as the rest of them with the blue and then the orange outline, like the Dragon Balls that just have the white center. But I talked to my boyfriend because I had an idea and I ran it by him and he agreed with me that this last square, since it's going to be Goku's kanji, should be all orange like it's on his gi. So that'll be the only one that's different. And it'll be on the back of the bag because I want the front of the bag to be the 1st through 4th starred balls because the 4th star is like arguably the most important Dragon Ball, like lore wise. So, yeah, I wanted to give you an update. All the granny squares are done. I'm going to attach them, come back when I am going to line it, and then the strap. So, I will see you then. Bye. It's looking good so far. Um, it's probably about halfway done, I'd say, because I still have to attach all the squares. And once I attach all the squares, I need to line them. And then once I line them, I need to do like the finishing touches, like the last details, which is the stars on the Dragon Balls themselves, and then Goku's kanji. Goku's kanji, I'm still wondering how I'm going to do it because my initial idea is just to get some black felt and, make draw it and then cut it out and just glue it on there. I'm also playing around with the idea of embroidering it on there. It'll probably be the the former. It'll probably be the felt, but I need to go buy black felt because like I said before, I went to Walmart twice and forgot to get black felt. So, but yeah, there's the update. Squares are blocked. Bag strap made. We're about halfway there. I'll see you in the next check-in.
Alrighty, so I finished attaching all of my granny squares together and I'm just giving them one final block. And while that's drying, I went ahead and made Nimbus. So basically, I just followed a simple cloud applique tutorial. I'll put it here in the description. And all I did was add Nimbus's tail. So it's really simple. All I did was chain 10. And then from there, I did 2 slip stitches, then 2 single crochets, then 2 half double crochets, and then 2 double crochets. And then I just slip stitched it into the other side. Ta-da! Okay, so here's what we have going on. I am getting ready to line the bag because I blocked each square once I attach each panel once I attached all the squares and reblocked those. And now to show you what I plan on lining it with, I got this fabric. And realistically, I would need another one of these, but I don't feel like going to Walmart to buy another one. So it's just going to be, let me turn this here, be what it is. I can make it work because essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half. And lengthwise, it'll be long enough. And I'll just have to sew up these 2 sides and then obviously attach it to the other panel, this, fold here. And the white side will be on the outside and then the color will be on the inside of the bag. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Let's get to it. Hello, we are on the home stretch. All I am doing is cutting out a bajillion red stars and gluing them to the Dragon Balls. And finally, for Goku's kanji, I was going to use this black fabric, but I actually have some thin cardboard that I'm just going to color with Sharpie. So, ta-da! Let's see the finished bag.
Hey, This looks really good. You did a great job, Shenron.
SHENSHORT!
That's
At least
awesome.
get my name right.
Let's get back home and I can get some better pictures of it.
Yay!
All right, so we're back home. I'm gonna try to give you some close-ups of the bag. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be, actually. Like, it really is closer to a tote bag size. If I actually measure it, I'll put it somewhere of how big it is. But it's a good little size tote bag. I mean, it's definitely bigger than my head. And if you noticed, in my concept art, I had the Goku's kanji, kind of like the same, having Goku's kanji and then with the blue and then the orange. I asked my boyfriend because I had this idea and I needed to see if he thought it was a good idea too, because he's pretty awesome. And we both agreed that it should be orange, like it's on Goku's gi, like it's Goku's gi and then all the Dragon Balls. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. And all the videos that I use, so like the circle in the center granny square video, the little cloud video that I used for Nimbus, and the bag strap will be all in the description, which I really love this bag strap. I love how kind of like squishy it is and how much it looks kind of like the snake way stuff. Oh, you can do it. It's just so cute and really simple, and honestly, once you get started, it works up super quickly. The hardest part was honestly doing it around the little clips. So I think to start, I just single crocheted around them, and then I worked with the bag, and the very last one I like slip stitched around the other end. And then yeah, so cute. I think the last little touch I'm gonna do is, I realized after I finished, was just, I'm probably gonna block Nimbus, just so his little tail sticks out, and you know, it's more easily recognizable as Nimbus because it likes to curl, and then, you know, well, it probably might be cute. Like he's like, ew. But anyways, thanks so much for joining me on this video. I am really sorry that it is out way later than I had hoped. Basically, I recorded all of it, I finished the bag, and then I decided that I wanted to make this a series. So I had to do the logo for it, draw that up, decided I wanted to do a skit last minute, and added that in. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this video came out. I'm really happy with how the bag turned out, best of all. Like, it's my new, like, everyday bag. So I'm really excited for my next video. I'm not quite sure what that'll be. It'll probably honestly be a Pride video. Not sure what I'll be making, but you know, you can expect that. So yeah, I'm super excited for the summer. I'm excited for this channel. I'm excited to get started. Give me your suggestions actually for the next episode of Otaku Orbit. What animes would you like to see? You know, what like items or plushies or like little knickknacks that you would like to be themed for your favorite anime. I probably will be doing my favorite animes most frequently, obviously, but I would love to hear your suggestions too. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna roll the outro. Bye guys. Thank you so much for tuning in on this first episode of Otaku Orbit. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, maybe you considered subscribing, liking, and hitting that notification bell. You know, all of the YouTubery things that I have to promote. But I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you back here on PlanetOMars.